Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Zoom training. Today is April the 14th, 2022, and the Easter Bunny's coming to town, huh? So what a beautiful weather. Hope everybody dodged all the local storms and things that came through here. Here in Georgetown, we actually had a little tornado that came up north of here in a town called Salado. So we have had the last month 2 tornadoes touch down right north of us and south of us. But we escaped it all. So that's good news. Type in your chat box if you hear me okay. Just put yes in your chat box if you can hear me okay. I want to make sure everybody can hear what I'm saying. And everybody's good. So type yes if you can hear me. Okay, perfect. I'm going to mute everybody just for sakes because we've got a good group today. But if you have any questions, type them in your chat box, and I'll be glad to answer any questions we have here. So for brand new people, my name is Keelan Johnson. I have been in the insurance business for 22 years. A little bit about me here, and just a small amount, but I have been in the farmers insurance business. I was a farmers agent, then I was an independent agent or manager for a bank. And then I was a business consultant for Farmers Insurance and then assistant district manager. And then in 2016, I took over this territory for Security National Life. So I've been with Security National Life since 2016, I guess. So going on, this will be my 7th year. So how time flies when you're having fun. So just to piggyback off that. So I tell everybody, and everybody's probably heard me say this before, is in 2016, I had a chance to look at something different, not career-wise, but in the insurance business, in the insurance industry. And I looked around and I said, you know what? What is it that everybody's going to need? What is it that everybody's going to use? What is it that we all have to have? And I searched around for a couple of days, and I finally said, you know what? It's pretty simple. We're all going to pass away one day, and we all need, some coverage. We all need this, and we're all going to use this one way or the other. Either we're going to use this right here, we're going to use this right here, or somebody else is going to have to pay it, or somebody else is going to have to pay it. One way or the other, somebody's going to have to come up with the money to bury you, to take care of the bills, to take care of your responsibilities, to take care of all of those things. And I just really challenge you, to look at that. I did a post, and I'm going to see, I think it is on my Facebook. I did a post the other day. I went down and trained some people down in Houston, and let's see if I can find it here. And I went around the room and I asked them, I said, hey, what is it that everybody needs? What is it that everybody's going to use? I don't have it right here, but I'll bring it up in just a second. What is it that everybody's going to need and everybody's going to use? And they said, final expense. And I said, okay, then why? Why do we want to do this? Why is it that you want to do this? And why is it that you think this is important for you to be here and to actually write, final expense? And I'm going to do this real quick, see if I can do this, and I'll send it to myself and open it up on my email. 1 second here. I wasn't going to do this, but I just thought I wanted to do this. I just felt like I needed to. So bear with me 2 seconds here. Attach this right here, attach a file. Here, attach a picture. I'll take a drink of your coffee real quick while I do this. But I thought it was very eye-opening here, and I really liked it. I'll do this right here. I'm done. I'm going to send. I'm going to open up my email real quick. Bear with me 2 seconds. See if I can pull this up. So this is what I went around the room. And some of these are brand new agents. Some of them are current agents. And some of them are experienced agents. But I hope y'all can see that right there. And this is what they put. I said, why? What is your why? What is your why? And there were 10 things that they came up with as to what is your why with WHY. One of the agents, said, well, you know what? I don't want to leave the burden to the families. I don't want to leave the burden to the families. I said, that's a great, great answer. Another one said, I want relief for the family. I want relief for the family. I want the family to have relief that they don't have to come up with this 10, 15, $20,000. Another one said, let me make sure, type yes if you can see that. Did you see that? Okay. Another one said, well, they had a sad experience. Someone they knew passed away, and they want to make sure that that sad experience doesn't turn into a burden. They had a sad experience because they didn't have the money. And so that's why they wanted to do it. They wanted to do it because they wanted to pass on the opportunity to everybody else. And we pay our claims within 36 to 48 hours. Another agent said, it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility to take care of people. It's our responsibility to go out there, and it's our responsibility to take care of ourselves and to make sure that we're taken care of and our family's taken care of. Another one right above it on 4 said, it's the responsible thing to do is to take care of people. It's the responsible thing to do to go out and talk to people about final expense. The 6th person said, I love to serve people. And that's what we do. We serve. We don't sell. I mean, we get in sales situations, but mainly we serve. And they wanted to feel the gratitude. They're like, I want to feel that gratitude of when I serve people and I take care of them. I want to feel how that feels to make sure that they're taken care of. Okay. The 7th person said, I want to be in the front line. I want to be in the front pew with that family. I want to be the one that when that family has a tragedy, I want to feel proud that I took care of them. I want to be the one that helped the family. I want to be the one that was there for them. They said, I want to be in the front line with that family. The 8th person said, because it's needed. It is needed. It's not if you die, it's when you die. When you pass away, it's needed. It's very much so needed. Number 9 said, it's the only insurance or only thing that will, W-I-L-L, will be used. It will be used. It's the only one out of homeowners insurance, auto insurance, and everything else. It will be used. Number 9, it's a peace of mind. It's peace. It's peaceful knowing that this is taken care of. It's peaceful knowing it's a peace of mind and that it will be taken care of. And that's a peace of mind that they wanted. And number 11 said, of course, make some money. And, we're all in the business. We're in the business to make money. We're in the business to better our family. We're in the business to pay for things. And this is a great opportunity to do all of these things. So I want to share that with you because this came straight from, and it was a kind of an ad lib deal. It came straight from the agents and straight from live training. And I really, really just thought that was important to share that because those are some great whys. Those are some great why we do this. Why are we out here? Why are we protecting people? Why do we want to go out and talk about the worst thing, death? Well, you know what? Let's look at it a different way. It's not really a sad thing when somebody passes away. It is. We're going to miss them. We're going to miss them. We're going to miss those people. And that's what's sad about it. But also, it's a celebration of life. We're gathering money so we can have a celebration of life. Don't you think that celebration would be better with $20,000 as a beneficiary in your pocket versus $0? Don't you think you would be able to get mom or dad a nice, nice casket, some nice flowers, nice music, nice headstone that you can go visit? I mean, whatever your type is, a nice urn, and with the cremation, whatever that is, we want it to be nice because it is a celebration. And so I just want to kind of set the stage there. I think in 2022, we're right in the middle of when we've all come through a couple of years of sadness of COVID and having to walk around with our mask on and things. And now we're back to normal-ish. I know some of us are still having family members that are struggling, and we pray for those people and that they have peace. But more than that, people are aware now. People are more aware now than they used to be. And that's where we come in and go, okay, now that you're aware, here's what we can do for you. Here's what we can do for you. Okay. So today I wanted to go over a little bit about the presentation, how we present the product, how we present it to people, and what that looks like. Before I do that, for brand new people that are here, take a look at this finalexpenselife.us. So if you see my URL, which is is internet link right here, the finalexpenselife.us. Write that down. If you need me to link it to you or send it to you, you can do that. But we have finalexpenselife.us. That's where you're going to find all these goodies right here, up and down. And I intend to redo it, but I don't want to redo it too much because I really truly believe the way it is right now, that has some good learning on it, some good learning opportunities for brand new people. My YouTube channel is right here. I will be putting 3 more recordings on there. Today's recording will go on there too. So I kind of I record, every one of them. And then some people, if they want to go back and rewatch some, if you like to watch training videos, these are basically the ones I've recorded. Final expense, whole life versus IULs, writing an online application, how to present the product. That was 3 or 4 weeks ago. I'm going to be doing that again today. New agent training, 2 ways to sell a policy, a little bit of everything in here. So if you get a chance, jump on there. Here is the Keelan Johnson SNL training, and subscribe today, and you will get a free shirt. No, I don't know. Subscribe today, and you can see some of these videos, right? So just wanted to show you that. And then for brand new people too, we won't go into it today, but we have 2 ways to write a policy. I want y'all all to still remember, you can write a policy in person, which is, paper application, gathering your paper application, writing a policy, sending it to the company, going over here to the portal, uploading it straight to the company from a piece of paper, and you don't have to call the company. Or you can do it online, a web app. Okay, so you can do things over the phone from your town to their town, your state to their state. Okay, and that's basically right here underneath the web app. So paper apps up in here and web app here. For brand new people also, when you put this website, and I can help you, just contact me on your phone, then you're actually able to go in there and take a picture of the policy and send it straight to the company. Take a picture of it and send it straight to the company. Okay, so that's a really neat feature that we have. So for brand new people, you have now options of writing it in person, hugging the person's neck, or doing it over the phone, calling the company, and doing a 3-way call. So just want to kind of show you that for brand new people. Also, we have our rate calculator. Jump in there and play around, and then really, really get in here on tools for you. Get in here on tools for you. This is important stuff here. You've got your policies that we offer. You've got a rate book that you can play around with. Height and weight chart is very important to take a look at the height and weight chart. Our medications list, and that's where you're going to find your medicines on how to underwrite a policy. Ask for referrals. Very important. We ask for referrals. Who can we write? This is a very good illustration of who we can write. And I think that builds your confidence really well on who we can write. Illustration of coverage. This is my illustration. This basically shows you that, gosh, this is not such a bad deal after all. This is a great whole life policy. It gains cash value, has loan provisions on it, and has paid up benefits on it too. So very good opportunity for you to build value, to tell your client, no, listen, you don't have to pay it forever. You're going to gain cash value. You're going to have options along the way. This is not some kind of policy. This is a solid, guaranteed whole life policy that you can have forever and ever and ever. Your client can have forever and ever. Put away, and when that day comes, then you've got a policy. When that day comes, you have a policy. Okay. So just want you to go through there. We're going to do something a little different today, but for brand new people, I will be circling back around to this. And if you are brand new and you want a private Zoom training one-on-one to where we can jump in there for a couple hours and I can help you out, let me know. I can do that also. I can sure do that also. Also, don't forget, on the 22nd of this month, we are going to be having a training here, April training right here. So here live in town in Georgetown, Texas, we're going to be doing a live training downtown. Again, the Poppy Festival is going to be here. It's a really cool festival for 2 days, music, entertainment, food, drinks, fun. We're going to do this training downtown, which is where my office is downtown Georgetown on the square. And you're going to be able to, to do that training. And it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of opportunity there. So be sure you join the training. If you want to live, come to Georgetown. We'll feed you some of the world's best pizza, get you a shirt and maybe in a lanyard also. You see the pictures down there at the bottom. That was a group we had I think it was about last year actually, or sometime around there. But anyways, come on down. We'd love to have you live training on Friday, April the 22nd. Just RSVP because it is filling up. It is filling up. So what I spend today jumping in here. Let me make sure I don't have any questions here. Perfect. All right, we're going there. I want to jump in today to a little bit of something, just the presentation piece. And I want to spend a little time dissecting this down because I get people, that ask, well, I don't know how to talk to people, or I don't know how to approach the people, or what do you say when you're in there? What do you say when you're in with the people? And I just tell you, I like to present this opportunity, present this product as if I'm trying to talk to a 5-year-old or a 4-year-old or a 3-year-old or whatever it may be. And what I mean by that is it just stick with the basics, stick with the facts, and follow this guide here when you're talking to someone over and over and over and over, and it will work. It will work. It will work. And I want to show you kind of how. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go, back and forth on this thing, but I want to show you here. So I'm going to do a highlighter. So Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I appreciate you. Mr. and Mrs. Jones are the clients. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Jones. I'm just going to add text right here. So let's say I'm already in the house or I'm over the phone. So I'm going to go Mr. Jones and Mrs. Jones. Okay, those are my clients. So I say this, say Mr. and Mrs. Jones. I want to spend a little time kind of telling you about what we do because I think it's important that you know me and you know the company and I know y'all, correct? And I shake my head. I do a lot of shaking my head up and down. Yes, up and down. Because the more you get your facial, more you get yourself into shaking your head yes or no, yeses, then that's absolutely going to make them. It's called the model of imagery. People will see you and they'll mock you and they will do the same thing you're doing. Okay. So I want to tell you a little bit about us and why it's important. We have been around since 1965. We've been around since 1965 and we are $1.5 billion company. Why is that important to you? Why does it matter to you? Because I'm going to tell you that in the future, you're going to see a lot of small life insurance companies come and go. They're going to come and go because of the nature of the markets, because of the natures of reserves, because of the natures of COVID, because of the natures of anything like that. They're going to come and go because they're not going to be able to make it. Some of them are. We differently can make it very substantially because we have 4 divisions of our company, and one of our divisions is us. One of them is a mortgage division, one's an assets division, and the other one is what we call fast funding. Without going into details, that means we can allocate our money in different areas, and we're super, super stable. We've had the best 2 quarters in company history that we've had, even through the pandemic. So we are a stable company. Why is that important to you? Because we want you to be able to receive the claim check or your beneficiaries. We want to make sure that we are there at the end of the day. When the end of the day comes, you want your money, and we want to be stable to provide that. So it's very important that you know that we're a super stable company out of Salt Lake City, Utah. We are one company. We're not an IMO. We're not an FMO. We're not like some of those other companies that I won't mention their names, but they have 4 or 5 different carriers that they place with. We are one company and we are one product here. And that's all we want to be because we want to be that to you. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, second of all, y'all probably do know this, but just want to rehash is that The average funeral costs today are between $8,000 to $10,000. Sometimes if you've had one, I mean, and I say this to them, I say, if you've never experienced one, which you might or might not have, this is the average cost that they're at. Now, cremation can be less, but more extensive funerals can be more. And the price of everything is going up right now. The price of everything is going up. Drive down the road and see what gas costs you. So it's going up. So we know this. So we just want to make sure that you know it and we're all on the same page. Are you prepared for that? Mr. and Mrs. Jones, if this is the case in point, how are we and how are you going to pay for your funeral? How are you going to pay for your funeral? Okay. Well, Social Security is not going to pay for your funeral. They only offer a $255 benefit to the qualified dependent. And that's all, $255, a one-time payment. One-time payment to you or to the qualified dependent. Sorry about that. I had a little drink of tea. To the dependent. So that's not going to pay for it. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, are you a veteran? Okay. So I always ask them, are you a veteran? And that allows me the chance to engage with them a little bit. If you're a veteran, then thank you for your service. How long were you in? What branch? And then we get to talking about that and can have a few war stories, if you will. But I will kind of circle back around and I'll say, hey, listen, there are some benefits in the veterans. The VA does allow a little payment there, a little headstone, some few things, but it's not going to pay for the whole funeral. It's just not going to pay for it. Savings. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I don't know if you have this set aside, but most people we find don't have $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 per person set aside in a savings account to pay for this. Most people would rather take a policy to pay for it and save that money for a rainy day, or save that money for your inheritance, or save that money for your kids, or save that money for a whatever it may be. But most people would rather have a policy than they would use their savings for this situation. And Mr. and Mrs. Jones, last but not least, I don't think you want to do this, because I don't want to do this. And when you put yourself in their shoes too, and if you're an agent right now and you don't have a policy with us, you need to go buy a policy with us. Just because it's very hard to be out there in the public and not be a part of what you're trying to provide. You got to be a part of it, because you never want them to go, well, do you have one? You go, no, I just sell it. No, you need to have a policy. And most of y'all, or all of you, you have got a commission structure where it'll pretty much pay for your policy for the first year. You get commission on your own policy for the first year. So every month you pay for it, you get money back. Okay, so why not have it? Why not be able to go in there and provide an illustration like I have here, and provide that illustration and go, look at what this is. Look how good this is. Okay. But we don't want to count on our loved ones to have to do this, right? We don't want to have to count on our loved ones to have to do this. Very important, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, correct? And then right here in this section, I ask Mr. and Mrs. Jones to read this out loud. Miss Jones, will you read this out loud? Or Mr. Jones, one of y'all read this out loud, okay? And they have a copy of this while I'm showing them. I say, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, read this out loud if you don't mind. And they do. They say, you want to leave behind loving memories, family heirlooms, and inheritance properties. Loving memories, pictures, books, whatever it may be, family heirlooms, old war pictures or rock watches or whatever it may be, and inheritance properties, land, houses, whatever, cars, things like that. And then they say you don't want to leave behind funeral expenses, medical debt, financial debt, and legal fees. And I said, would y'all not agree? Before we even turn the page, would y'all not agree that this is correct? Yes, I agree. All right, perfect. So we can go to the next page. So this page right here, as you're presenting to Mr. and Mrs. Jones, shouldn't take you but about, 5 or 6 minutes. You may get off on a tangent and start talking a little bit. Okay, but other than that, it's basically going to take you 5 or 6, 7 minutes to go through and really sit there. There you go. So just take about 5 or 6, 7 minutes to go through that. And now I've got Mr. and Mrs. Jones sitting here going, we really think we need this. So I say, let's turn to the second page. So I take my pen and I go, okay, Mr. Jones. I kind of pick on the Mr. Jones. I go, okay, I'm going to try, I'm going to test your knowledge. Okay. And I just have fun with them. And I say, all right, Mr. Jones, I'm going to ask you some questions about Mrs. Jones. Okay. And I say, Mr. Jones, do you know her name? Of course he does. And we giggle. I know your address. I know your city. I know your telephone number. I know Mrs. Jones' telephone numbers. Okay. We know her education level. And then I play with the guy a little bit. I'm just having fun. I say, do you know her birthday? Do you know her birthday? And sometimes people have a hard time with that. They know it, but just coming up with it. And I get the guy in trouble maybe, and we giggle about it and her age. And I said, well, do you know her social security number? Okay. A lot of spouses don't know their socials, or one of them does, one of them doesn't. So I check that off. I circle it with my pen like I'm doing now. I say, okay, where was she born? Her occupation, employer. She knows your name. What day were y'all married? Okay. And I giggle with them there. And this also gives me an outline. I want y'all to hear this closely. It also gives me an outline to have fun with the people. I'm building the relationship. I'm building trust. I'm building value. And here's the deal. When I hear agents a lot say, hey, they didn't like the price, or the price was too high, or this is expensive. Well, no kidding. All you're doing is going in there and giving them a quote for a price. You're just giving them a quote for policy. You're not building value. You're not building, trust. So this is where this place comes in. You want to know all about them. You want to giggle with them. You want to laugh with them. You want to have fun with them. You want them to know or think that their business is the most important business ever. Okay. So we've got a date of marriage, a place of marriage. A lot of men know the mother's father's name, but they don't know where they were born. Some of them don't. So I circle that. And then we go on down. If one of them is a veteran, then we'll put yes here. But a lot of times the spouse doesn't know the service number. They might know the rank at discharge. They probably don't know the enlistment date and probably don't know the discharge date. So these are things that they don't know, things that they probably would have to look up. See, the circle things are things you have to look up or find. And then I ask Mr. Jones, I say, Mr. Jones, does Mrs. Jones still have a mother or a father or a brother or a sister? He say yes. And I go, and I say this, I say, what is their address? What is their phone number? And you know what they have to say? Here's what they say. Well, I would have to do what? I would have to look that up. I'd have to look that up. This next one, look that up. Next one, I'd have to look that up. Information here, I would have to look that up. I would have to find that, look that up. I would have to come in here and find that. I would have to look that up. I would have to look that up. Look at that. Look that up. Look that up. Look. And especially down here, all of this is aunts and uncles, nieces and nephews, people like that. And you would have to do what? Look that up. So where am I going with this? Where are you going with this, Keelan? So when I get through with this sheet right here, I look at Mr. and Mrs. Jones and I say this, and I'm going to narrow it out right here. Look at all those things right there that you have to look up. Why is this page important in the sale? Why is this page important in the process? Because of this. Most people, I would say 99.9% of the people don't have this filled out for themselves or for their spouses. And I look at Mr. and Mrs. Jones. I say, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, do y'all travel places together? Do y'all go places together? Of course we do. Sure we do. What if the worst thing happened and both of y'all were, something happened to you in a car accident? Who would have to come in and look all this up and look this up? Because this is important information for your obituary, for your funeral, for any of this stuff. This is important information here. And I challenge you as an agent today. Print one of these off. If you don't know where to find it, let me know. I'll get you one. Most of you will have these things as you do presentations. You will be able to go into your agent portal over here and go into your order supplies over here. And once you go into your order supplies, you go into your brochures. In your brochures, it's right here, final expense brochure. Get you 20 of them, 25 of them, 20, 15, 20 of them. Add them to your cart, add it to your cart, check out, and you're off to the races. Okay, it will send it to you. It will send it to you in probably 4 or 5 days. Why is it important? So I want you to fill this out because I want you to know how it feels. So I was telling Mr. and Mrs. Jones, y'all both fill one of these out for yourselves. Just sit down with your Rolodex or your phone or whatever and complete this as much as possible. Tonight, whatever it may be, tomorrow night, whatever it may be. And then I say this, okay? And I say this to both of them. I say, wouldn't y'all agree that it's important information? And they always say, yes, this is important information. I say, perfect. So complete this form, both of you. I'll give you 2 of them. That way, when the policy is delivered, it will be, and I'll say, when the policy is delivered, you can put this with it. I say it just like that. So perfect. You, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, y'all complete one of these for yourselves, each one of you. That way you have all the information, the address, the phone, because it's going to be important information one of these days. And that way, when the policy is delivered, you can put this with it. Now, what did I really subliminally do here? I sold them the policy and I just went to the second page. I'm giving them value and I say, when the policy is delivered. Now, at this point in time in the presentation, we've never even talked about rate. We've never even talked about coverage, but I'm making them believe that they're going to buy a policy. I'm making them believe, because here's the deal. When they think about this in their head and when they think about this in their vision, they're thinking, gosh, wouldn't this be good? We have all this information gathered here on you, Mr. Jones, on me, Mrs. Jones. We have what we're looking for here. We have all of our dates and things all together in one. That way the kids won't have to worry. That way the kids won't have to worry. Remember when I started off today, I said, release the burden. That's what we try to do. We try to relieve the burden of the family, the burden of the husband, the burden of the spouse, the burden of the wife by making sure it's all in one place. This is a great piece right here. And I challenge you to make sure that you give everybody you know a chance to have one of these so that they too can fill it out. They too can complete it. They too will have that peace of mind that they can call whoever their beneficiary is. And guess what that beneficiary won't have to do one day? That beneficiary won't have to look that up. A beneficiary won't have to, because it'll already be there. They won't have to look that up because it'll already be there. They won't have to look that up because it'll already be written down. They won't have to look that down because it'll already be written down. They won't have to. It will be complete. And that will be a peace of mind right there that we have everything all in one place. We have it all in one place. Okay. And then I tell them again, I come back in here and say, okay, next, there's a few things here you might want to fill out. If you want to put some details in there, you can. A lot of people like to pull up, pallbearers, just so, because I know I've been through this with my grandfather, and grandmother, when my mother and father had to go, well, who would they want? Who would they want to be this for? Who would they want to carry them? Who would they want to be the pallbearers? Hate to leave anybody out. Who would they want? Okay. So look at what I'm offering. I'm offering people a peace of mind that they can complete this, that will go with their policy and complete the package and make sure that never has to be taken care of again. Okay. It's called peace of mind. It's called releasing the burden. Look how happy the people are right here, because they've done it. So again, I like participation from my clients. So again, I asked them, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, will you read this so that we can all be on the same page? And they'll say yes. And they start reading whole life protection, affordable rates, protection, no medical exam, because we only do medicines, remember? Immediate benefits from day one, cash value. Anyone can apply all the way through age 90, all the way through 90. Okay. Once they get through reading that, and once they get through reading that, I switch right back over to this page, and this is our funeral planning fact sheet. So funeral planning fact sheet looks a little bit like this. And I say, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I also want to give y'all another thing, okay? I also want to give y'all something else here. And I say, let's read this kind of out loud. I'm just a reader. I'm a visual guy. I like to see things, and it helps me comprehend. But maybe y'all will too. I just tell them, maybe y'all will too. Because here's the deal. We already talked about when that day comes for y'all, it's going to be a tragic day. And we want to make it as easy as possible for the beneficiary, as easy as possible to make sure that all the things and all the bases are covered, okay? So this is something I want to show you all also, okay? The list follows contains some decisions that need to be made by every family to make arrangements for funerals, sometimes in just a matter of an hour, okay? So these are a list of 122 things that can or will need to be done, okay? Need to be done, or things that will cost money. Things that need to be done or things that will cost money in addition to just the funeral. In addition to just the funeral, okay? So let's look at some of these things that will actually cost money in addition to just a funeral. You know, ladies or men, cosmetology, hairdressing, okay. Acknowledgement cards, maybe, okay. Limousine for family, that might be included in the package, may not. Music might or might not. Open casket may or may not, sometimes cost extra. Clothing for your children, okay. Clothing for you and your children. Preparation for the home, including food, okay. Transportation. Arrangement to meet and lodge out-of-town guests or relatives. Okay, let's look down here. People to notify, okay. Cemetery arrangements. Well, the vault maybe, memorial marker right here. Look at all these bills to pay. Look at all those bills to pay. That's not included in the funeral, okay. Down here, income tax returns, disability claims, cemetery deed. You know, a lot of things in here that can or will cost money. You know, preparation of necessary papers. You know, just things that do cost money in addition to just the funeral. Just the funeral. Okay, remember, we came up here, we set the stage on what the funeral will cost. Now we're going a step further and going, now there's some more things in addition to that. Look at these things, okay? It would break my heart to think of them having to do this for us. It would break my heart. We know that planning ahead helps our families, and we know it will be easier on the kids. Okay, look at that. So that's why we do it. That's why we do it, Mr. and Mrs. Jones. So this right here can go with, and I say this, and I quote. So this right here can go with your other historical information. And that way, what? When the policy is delivered, you will have it all in one spot, right? When the policy is delivered, you'll have it all in one spot. Now, I'm selling it again. I'm selling it to them again. I'm telling them again, hey, listen, when this policy is delivered, you'll have all of this stuff all in one spot. Okay, so that's what's important. It's important to have it all in one place. That way, when the policy is delivered, you'll have instructions, you'll have helpful advice, you'll have the money there, and everything will be taken care of for little Joey or for you or for whoever. And that's a peace of mind. That is a peace of mind, making sure, okay, it will be easier on our kids. We want to make it easy. We know it will be easier on our kids. Okay. So I just wanted to kind of go through those two pieces there. And as I go through those two pieces at that point in time, then I actually, when after this is done, then I actually transition into an application. And I'm not going to go through that today. But I'm going to transition into the Simple Security Plan application. And then I go straight to this area right here. And I say, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, so that I can get you a better rate, tell me what you're taking. Tell me your medicines. It's like Jerry Maguire, show me the money. Like, show me your medicines. Show me your medicine. And after I ask them a little bit about their age, their height and weight and medicine, then I can go right back over here. Right back over here. And I can pull up this right here. And I can go, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Jones. Look, we normally, again, like we talked about before, we talk about $10,000 to $12,000 worth of coverage. I'm just going to put 12,000 right here, okay, just for purposes of this, 12,000, and I'll give y'all a quote. Do you think 12,000 is going to be, sufficient, or would you rather see, 15,000, or would you rather do something smaller for 10,000? And just set the stage for them. Okay, and you're going to be able to go in here at this point in time and go in and get your rate calculator. And, and gosh, I'll help you out with that too, or we'll help you out, or your upline, somebody help you out with that if you're brand new. And go in here, okay, Mr. Jones, we got $12,000 here. You're a 65-year-old man. You have no medicines. You're in good health. We're talking about, $67 a month, okay, for you. Miss Jones is a little younger. And so hers is going to be, as we're looking through this, $54 a month right here. Does this fit your budget, Mr. and Mrs. Jones? Because I want to make sure it fits your budget. If this fits your budget, then perfect. We'll move right along. We'll go ahead and complete the application, and I'll get that sent over to the company. How does that sound? And that's it. And that's how you do it. And that's how I do it, through the whole process. Again, to rehash, who are we? What does it cost? How are you going to pay? What do you want to leave behind? What do you not want to leave behind? Look how important this is for your family to complete this. This is very important information for you to complete. Y'all will have this all in one place. Nobody will have to find it. It will go in your sock drawer, in your clothing drawer, anywhere drawers, okay? And you'll be able to see it and find it. If you need anything extra, this is where you put this, okay? Why is this important? Why is this solid? Whole life policy. Gains cash value, grows, will always be there. No medical exam. And then very affordable for y'all. $12,000 a piece. That's a total of $24,000 for both of you. Okay. And I want to make it affordable, and I want to make it for you, and I want to make it for you to have for your kids and for your family. Because there's a lot of things to think about, a lot of things to pay for. Okay. And I don't want to leave that to your family, nor do you, nor do your clients. We don't want to do that, because guess what it would do? It would break my heart to think of them having to do this for us. I don't want them to have to do this for us. I want to do it for them. I want to do it for them. I want them to have this, because guess what? I love them, and I want to make sure that I'm not leaving the burden to my kiddos, or to my family, or to my spouse, or to my parents, or anybody, because it's my job on earth to take care of this. And it's your job, Mr. and Mrs. Client, to take care of this too, because that's what we do. We don't want to leave it to our family. All right. So I get a little passionate, as you can tell, and because I do believe it is important. I do believe that it is important for all of us to go out and share, and I want you to do something with me right here, is that I want you to focus on serving your clients versus selling your clients. And I want you to think about, it's not if it's going to happen, when. I also want you to think about, what is What is my why? What is my why? I just want to leave you with those three things today, okay? Because I think it's very important, you know, that we serve, not sell. And in final expense, it's not if something's going to happen, it's when. And what is your why? Why are you passionate? Why are you want to, gather that passion, gather that I want to take care of, because here's the thing. I say this all the time and I'll say it again, is that one day there's going to be a funeral. And this is the casket. I hate to say it. It sounds kind of bad, but this is the casket. Over here is the family, right? Here's the family over here. And here's the pews in the church. Here's the pews. Here's the pews, wherever you're at in the funeral home. Okay. Are you going to be up here? Are you going to be sitting up here happy and knowing that you helped the family? Or are you going to be back here in the back trying to get out the back door because you did not protect anybody and you did not take care of them and you didn't give them the opportunity to relieve that burden from their family? You were scared, or you didn't think it was important, or you didn't think they were going to buy, or all these preconceived notions that came about of, why am I not doing this? Why? Oh my gosh, why? Okay. I want you to be up here. I want you to be here. I want you to be right here. I want this to be you. Okay. Because that's where I want to be. And that's where all of us want to be. Because I want to serve people. I know it's going to happen. And I love people and I want to take care of them. Okay. And I love and take care of people. Okay. All right. So I got a little passionate this morning, and I always do. And kept you for about 45 minutes. So anyways, just know I'm here for you. I care about every single one of you. I think the world of you. I want you to be successful, and I want to make you or help you be successful as you can. If you need help writing apps, buying leads, buying materials, ordering whatever, you're in a downline or upline or direct line or whatever line you are, I'm here for you. Okay. I don't know if I have any questions here. If I didn't answer your question, text it to me. I thank the world of all of you. Get some of these presentations. Get some planning fact sheets in English and Spanish, by the way. We have everything you need in English and Spanish. We have Spanish applications, Spanish presentations, Spanish funeral fact sheets, Spanish home office people that can help you out. Okay. So if you're in that market, we got you covered. If you don't know how to do that, let me know, call me. I care about every one of you. Thank you for jumping online here today and spending a little time with me. Join my YouTube, my Facebook, my LinkedIn, whatever, because I want you to have some access to this stuff. So have a great day. Have a great Thursday. Happy Easter Bunny, and happy Easter for all of us. And hope you get some time with your friends and family and loved ones. And as I always say in Texas, adios.
Thank you, sir. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Keelan.
You bet. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Mhm.